Well, fiscal policy has a big role to play. I think on the one hand we need to have more market-based instruments to internalize environmental damages. Another level, we have to remove harmful subsidies that are already in place, and I consider that a fiscal instrument. And then thirdly, we need to think of another round of instruments that promote R&D innovation and help subsidize the private sector to innovate more than it's possible. I think there's three research areas. The first one is we need to look at what have been the environmental and economic impacts of existing fiscal instruments, green fiscal instruments. There's been a number of experiments ever since the Great Recession in 2008, 2009 with green fiscal instruments, and it's time to learn the lessons, and it's time to do it now. So that's the first set of research. Second set of research has to do with understanding what are the policy trade-offs and what are the trade-offs in policies. When we implement green fiscal measures, how do we overcome long-term goals versus short-term goals? Generally, we tend to go for fiscal instruments that have short-term impacts, but we need to know what are we compromising with long-term goals such as reducing impacts of climate change and so forth. The other thing we have to do is look again at the trade-offs, the economic efficiency versus environmental goals, and job creation versus reducing carbon emissions. Those are the sort of trade-offs we have to look at. And then the third set of policies, we need to look closely at what does innovation and innovation policies do for the green sectors. In the transition to a green economy, when we're trying to promote green growth, innovation has a huge role, and we need to start with the green sectors that we already have. And we want to see how can we use policies effectively to help them innovate and become the fulcrum for green growth.